Good morning and welcome to HEB Art. In today's video, I'll be using a wide tooth comb as a tool to make interesting designs. If you enjoy my video, press the thumbs up and subscribe. We're starting today with just one canvas. It looks like it's an 8-inch by 24-inch canvas, and I've already taped and put today's date on it. That's so I'll know to wait 3 to 4 weeks before sealing. And I've got these handy dandy jumbo push pins to keep the canvas off of the table. I'm using Valspar Ultra White wall paint as my base, and my mix will be 2 parts American Floetrol to 1 part paint. Once I mix it up, I see how thick it is, and I usually add a splash of water to it. And the consistency in the cup, basically the stream goes directly back into the cup without leaving a mound. It's very thin. These are my colors. That was gold. This is a champagne metallic, a black metallic, and there's a copper. I've only mixed water with these, and here is this cool comb that I'm going to be experimenting with. Now I'm going to pour my base, and I like to start off by doing a large circle close to the edge of the canvas, and I prefer to use my blow dryer to spread the paint. I'll be adding more paint in the middle. I like the blow dryer because it makes the base even, and it's just real easy to use. And once I've got enough base down, I'll use my culinary torch to pop out air bubbles. Sometimes I need to use a stick or something just to pop them. But I'm doing some good spreading there, and you can see that it's dripping off the sides. That's what it's supposed to do. Sometimes I wiggle the hairdryer like that just to get it to cover all of the canvas. Then I use my fingers to go around the sides and make sure they're covered too. It's important to use a torch to pop the air bubbles. If you leave air bubbles in your paint, when they dry like little craters. I also use that torch to bring up the cells in the paint when I put the colors on. And here I am, I'm using my palette knife just to pop a couple of stubborn bubbles. Now I'm going to use a popsicle stick to make streams of color on the canvas. Sometimes I'll use the side of the stick, and that makes a thinner line. Sometimes I'll use the flat of the stick to make a wider line. I like to use the metallic black. I'm spreading that almost as a swipe at some points. That means that I've just got the stick very lightly on the white paint, and I'm just basically smearing it. The reason I'm doing that is because once I use the torch, I'll be able to pull up cells within the paint. I'm being very conscious of what composition I want, and you'll see there's a little dip in my line of what might look like mountains, but that dip is not right in the middle of the canvas. It's off a little bit. And I'm adding interest by adding lines that go down into the white. For you, it's the top because you're watching this upside down. But at the end of the video, I'll take you down to canvas level and you'll be able to see what I'm seeing. I also did not start laying the lines down in the middle of the canvas. For you, it looks like I'm in the upper part of it. And here, this area looks a little blank. There's not a lot of color there. So I'm going to go a little heavier on color on your left side, this part right here. Notice I just flipped the stick and I smeared gold there. Here's the copper coming in. I find this so relaxing and therapeutic just to lay colored paint down on the canvas. I'm listening to quiet classical music, and I'm kind of in my own little zone here. There with the copper, I'm going down into the white negative space. Again, for you, you're looking at the top. And I've got my comb, and I'm starting to swirl a little bit of the paint. Now, I really wish that comb wasn't so wide. I think I need to go buy some smaller ones. And each time I put it in the paint, I'm wiping it off. And now I'm torching. The torching tends to bring up the darker color paints. And then I'm back to the comb again. Just wiggling it around. And it's really unfortunate that you can't see right now what I'm seeing. I'm adding more of the black as the contrast. And I keep wiping the stick off because I'm sticking stick in white. And I don't want the white paint to get back into my cup. When I used the comb, I kind of lost some of the color. I got some really cool designs, but I lost some of the bold metallics that I want in this piece. So I'm adding the copper to it and adding some other colors back to the painting. I'm finishing up the painting by doing a final torching, and now I'll bring you down to canvas level. Isn't this the coolest thing? I really like the minimalistic look, but also the metallic is quite bold. I just love these lines that the comb made. And that was just basically swirling it in the paint. I'm definitely going out and getting smaller combs today. The painting will stay on the table overnight. But before I leave it, I'm going to be wiping these drips off. If you leave the drips on the painting, it will pull the colors more, and I don't want them to move. I love the way it looks now. I hope you enjoyed the video. You'll press the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.